Coming up on Newsbreak, the vaping epidemic continues to plague the nation. Find out how this has affected the Brockport community.
Then, safety is the college's #1 concern. We'll tell you what steps the college officials are taking to protect the students.
And finally, garbage plates have been around for decades. Find out how they made their way to the village of Brockport.
All this and more, Newsbreak starts right now.
From the campus of the college at Brockport, this is News for Brockport. Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm Lexi Cutmore.
And I'm Alexis Bott. Let's get started. Students at the college at Brockport are showing concern as the national total of vaping-related deaths continues to rise. According to the CDC, the total number of vaping-related deaths is now 26. Studies show many of the users are people ages 18 to 24. The FDA has no regulations on marijuana vaping products, and students are looking for the government to take action.
I think that the next best thing to combat this crisis would be to put kind of regulations on THC. I know that there's a whole controversy right now getting marijuana legalized in New York State, but I think THC and THC oil is different from the plant and the herb itself. So
regulate it, honestly, the point. I just say regulate it. I personally don't vape, so it doesn't really have an effect on me, but I just feel like if things are either regulated or something was taken to fix it, then it would just make things better and easier for everybody involved.
I think they should do the same thing that they do with tobacco, and they should put a tax on it, a higher tax. It's not going to stop people, but at least it'll be a deterrent, So I think that's how they should go about it, is just format the laws the same way that they have done for cigarettes and other tobacco products.
I think in order to combat the crisis, instead of putting a ban on a nicotine vape, which is not necessarily the main problem, it's the THC vapes that are being illegally made and cheaply made and being illegally sold here. The fact is that when you make things cheap, you cut corners and you put in things that aren't good for the bodies.
I believe there's also a need for education among people, whether it's online or class-based, in order for all of us to get a bigger idea and a bigger picture of what's really going on.
A statement released by the college back in September explicitly stated that the college is committed to providing a safe, free environment for the campus community. Despite their efforts, many students are seen vaping on campus every day.
And continuing on the topic of vaping, the college at Brockport is warning students about the dangers of vaping. An email was sent to all students containing information about the harmful effects of vaping. So far, 26 deaths have been confirmed, and nearly 1,300 cases of lung illnesses have been reported all around the country. We spoke to Brockport's registered nurse coordinator, Lynn Meyer, about the positive effects the email had. The email also encourages students to reach out to their sources on campus.
They've been either seeking help because they're concerned about the symptoms they're having, so I think that's positive. Anytime somebody seeks help, has questions, they become an educated consumer, so I think that's really positive. And then the second effect, again, has been people kind of rethinking smoking, regardless of what form it's in. Maybe this is the time that I need to work on quitting, so that's also positive.
The CDC and FDA strongly encourage people to stop using vapes, specifically those containing THC. And coming up next, Daly Hall was forced to shut down earlier this month. We'll tell you how the college handled the emergency situation. Newsbreak, we'll be right back.
Aspire, engage, excel. I'm Jeff Barron and I attend the College of Brockport.
A small fire closed down the Daly Hall building at the college at Brockport earlier this month. The fire reported around 3 p.m. on Thursday, November 7th, causing students and faculty to evacuate from the building. According to the Brockport Fire Department, the fire was caused by an electrical shortage, causing the fire alarms to go off. The issue was quickly resolved, and no one was injured. Daly Hall reopened the next day during its usual business hours.
It's been more than 2 decades since the college at Brockport installed blue light phones, but what are they used for and how effective are they? News 4 Lexi Cutmore has the answers.
Over 8,000 people work, live, and visit the Brockport campus every day. And the college is responsible for ensuring that students, faculty, and staff are in a safe environment. Over 2 decades ago, blue light phones were installed in high-traffic areas on campus. With the push of a button, people could connect to university police instantly.
You might be in an area late at night, and you're alone, and maybe, there's someone around thinking about a bad behavior or engaging in a bad behavior. Maybe they see that light and they go, hey, maybe I should think twice about this or whatever. So as a form of a deterrent, that might be helpful.
According to Ryan, the blue light phones aren't being used regularly, but making sure they're running efficiently gives people on campus a sense of security.
I think they do have a value, certainly from an aesthetic standpoint. When you're coming to visit schools, when your parents come to visit schools, I have a son who's in college. Seeing them out there is an assurance, I think, to parents and students.
Students are working with university police to add lights to dark areas on campus.
When you get close to the towers and Lot A is a parking lot for residential students, that's a pretty dark area, so.
Making sure the college has the necessary number of blue light phones to keep everyone safe.
No, I definitely think that there are spaces where more blue light phones could be added because they are a little far apart. I don't know specifically what is the range for having, like, in feet or whatever it is to have them, the distance between them, but I think that there are definitely spots where there could be more added.
Although a lot of people will use cell phones in the event of an emergency, blue light phones like this one provide a sense of security to people who visit the campus.
I think it's really great that we're actually looking at how safe our campus as a whole. As a woman, I've not always felt the safest on campus, but we do have great resources such as our university police and all of Res Life staff that are around, but I do think we could definitely be doing more to ensure that our campus is safe as a whole.
Kupiak says she hopes that one day no student will have to walk across the Brockport campus without feeling safe. In Brockport, News 4's Lexi Cutmore.
Brockport officials encourage everyone to download the RAVE app at ravemobilesafety.com to connect with someone on campus at any time. Straight ahead on News 4 Brockport, Greek members not only play a role on the Brockport campus, but also in the community. They'll tell you how those students are giving back to the community. Newsbreak will return in a moment.
Brockport manufacture masterpieces out of students, striving for perfection and pursuit of excellence. The experience elevated my mental to brilliance. Check the middle stakes were high in the ranks and accredited. Diverse and welcoming, heartwarming, loving and caring. Students and professors' relationships is rather pleasant. Our programs produce scholars, so when you graduate, competition is fun. You're receiving the top dollar. We shine like the sun at high noon. We golden eagles, spread our wings to watch the soar to the moon. We embrace success. We never encourage people to fail. Come to Brockport, aspire, engage, and excel. My name is Amin Fatah, and I attend the college at Brockport.
Fraternities and sororities are often portrayed in a negative light, but Brockport's Greek life members are striving to end those stereotypes. The college at Brockport Greek life members play a significant role not only on their campus, but also in the community. Members attend events and take on a variety of tasks to make connections and give back to the community.
Professional aspects, like going out to leadership conferences that help us meet other girls in the sorority and get job opportunities from them. And there's also community aspects of it, where on Sunday mornings we go up and we pick up the trash from the big main streets that go off campus.
When it comes to their academic success, Greek life members spend their time studying for their classes and focusing on ways to better their future.
The college at Brockport is making strides in academic excellence. According to the U.S. News and World 2020 Regional Report, Brockport is now ranked number 80. Among all northern universities, soon-to-be college students must choose from a sea of schools, and for many, it's important to find one that stands out above the rest.
I was doing orientations and thinking about where I wanted to further my interests. I saw that Brockport had a good journalism program, and I've been watching TV shows like The View and watching anchors on news desks, and it's just something that I've always wanted to do, be in front of the camera, and I knew I could further that here at Brockport.
Serves over 8,000 students, accepts over 3,000 students every year. Brockport often attracts new students because of its small staff-to-student ratio, 18:1. Brockport was among several SUNY universities that are recognized in this year's list. And coming up next, how garbage plates made their way to a local restaurant. We'll take you there when we come back from news break.
What did the college at Brockport give me? An engaging learning environment, hands-on experience in my field, a creative place to excel, excellent internship opportunities, inspiring professors, a well-rounded education, and a stage for success. The College at Brockport. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. Christmas comes but once a year, and so does the Starbucks seasonal holiday menu. That's right, the coffee chain is bringing back its holiday menu with drinks like peppermint mocha, toasted white chocolate mocha, and eggnog latte. Starbucks is giving away a free limited edition reusable cup to customers who order a holiday drink. Customers who bring back their 2019 reusable cup after 2 p.m. will get 50 cents off their holiday drink order. A Starbucks executive says the seasonal offerings help boost sales by getting customers into the spirit of the holiday season.
Garbage plates can be found all over the city of Rochester, but the local dish can only be found at one place in Brockport. News 4's Lexi Cutmore has the story.
Nearly 2 decades ago, Jimmy Zazowski found a home for his restaurant in the village of Brockport. Since then, Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes has gone from an empty room on Main Street to one of the most popular restaurants in town. Zazowski says growing up in Rochester, working in his family's diner, and having creative ideas of his own inspired him to open a restaurant.
So for me, it was like doing a late night concept. The plate thing, honestly, I was brought up with hot sauce, but not plates. I was put on burgers and hots. Same exact concept of meat hot. So my grandfather had a restaurant in the city of Rochester called the Tip Top, and they were same thing, 24/7. Kind of like basically like the East Side Tahoes, except they didn't do plates. They did everything else the Tahoes did except for the plates.
Garbage plates are a staple of the Rochester area. What keeps people coming back to Jimmy Z's? The creations he comes up with on his own.
Like there's no drawing board to creating items. All our items are very, very organically created. I don't just sit there. I can't just sit there and force myself to think of something.
Zazowski says bringing his family recipes to his own restaurant and making good food is important, but creating a unique and welcoming space for visitors to enjoy is what he focuses on.
You know, you're not going to go many places and have Pops here greeting you, or myself greeting you, and I think that goes a long way today's age. And I think that for me it's the overall experience. You know, my number one goal has always been to have our own identity and to not walk in here and have this place remind you of anything but Jimmy Z's.
11-year-old Lily Harradine and her mom fell in love with the restaurant from their first visit. Since then, they've become regulars at Jimmy Z's.
I like how it's like a really good restaurant and like it's just like the best place.
Zazowski says he doesn't know what the future looks like for Jimmy Z's. Instead, he's taking it one plate at a time, focusing on the food and the friends that matter the most. Reporting in Brockport, News 4's Lexi Cutmore. So, Alexis, I know you've lived in the Rochester area for most of your life. Have you had a garbage plate before?
Oh, yeah. My first ever garbage plate was at Jimmy Z's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I know you're not from the area, and I don't know if you ever heard of what a garbage plate was.
Actually, before I came here, I didn't know what it was, and then somebody explained it to me, and I was like, wow, that sounds kind of crazy, but after having one, they're really not that bad. It works in a strange way, Yeah. Well, that's all the time that we have for now. Thank you for joining us here at Newsbreak. I'm Lexi Cutmore.
And I'm Alexis Spott. We'll see you next time.